Welcome to the business meetings for the city of Prattville. The first meeting this evening will be a public hearing. This time, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Councilor Strickland?
Here.
Councilor Jackson? Councilor Brown? Here. Councilor Starnes? Councilor Cables? Councilor Strickland?
Here.
Councilor Green? Here.
We have a quorum. Call the meeting to order. This time, we have a resolution, public hearing, to authorize the mayor to have various weeded lots abated per Title 11, Chapter 67 of the Code of Alabama, 1975, as amended. Is anyone present that would like to speak in favor of this resolution? Is there anyone present that would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Hearing none, I declare the public hearing on this matter closed. This time we will move into our regular agenda. This time, if you're able, I ask that you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and our invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in prayer, please. Father, in the midst of our personal agendas, we pause to thank you for the generous gift of this day and for your gifts of life, health, strength, and for the safety of our community. Our heartfelt sympathy is extended to friends and families of our community that have lost loved ones in recent days. We are mindful of all that are daily wrestling with the challenging issues of life. We ask for your hand of comfort, your gift of peace, to be with all affected. We pray for all citizens that are providing service to their fellow man, whether local or abroad, whether military, civilian, or public service. We pray for their efforts to be successful, and at the end of their duty, for their safe return to their family. We pray for the health and healing of nations in conflict, our country, our state, our great city and their respective leadership, and for all of those that have an influence on history. Tonight, as we conduct the business of our city, we pray our thoughts and actions are pleasing to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Councilor Strickland?
Here.
Councilor Jackson? Councilor Brown? Here. Councilor Starnes? Councilor Cables? Councilor Strickland?
Here.
Councilor Green? Here.
We have a quorum present. This time I'll call the City Council meeting to order. The character trait of the month is determination, overcoming obstacles in order to reach my goal. This time, the chair will call for the approval of minutes of the work session and public hearing on May the 3rd, and public hearing and City Council meeting held on May the 15th.
So made.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of adopting all of these minutes signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The minutes are approved. This time, the council will entertain comments from persons present regarding items on tonight's agenda. Yes, ma'am.
John Lee Finnegan, 211 Deer Trace. The first one I want to talk about is resolution number 3 under consent agenda. And resolutions to support projects such as Project Leaf, I feel should be on the regular agenda so they are read, especially when they deal with incentive packages. And basically it's a very short one anyway, so most of them are. And make sure that they're read and people understand that now that we have it videotaped. Also, I have heard that this is in partnership with the county, and to me that's an even more important reason that it be on the regular agenda and read. Also, I know we are not privy to what this project is, and it's someone brought up, I hope this is not in anything to do with the rat farm. That's all I'm going to say. I hope not. Also, on the regular agenda, resolution number 1, I'm very pleased to see this. Fairview, I travel Fairview so much, and it's just amazing. And I know at work time, things of that nature. Even I've come before you regarding the garbage pickup, because unfortunately the guys can't, you can't get around the trucks. So I like that very, very much. And I also hope, though, that you really look into the McQueen-Smith widening. We are getting, there's going to be a development on the other side. DHS is doing it, 197 homes. We have the Smith property with 200 homes and maybe apartments, and that's all going to empty out onto McQueen-Smith. And I just think that that needs to be really looked into too. But I'm very happy to see about Fairview. I hope it goes very quickly. And again, back to the consent agenda, anything to do, especially with incentives, I think should be read and be on the regular agenda. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else like to address the council tonight on any item on our agenda? This time, Mr. Mayor, any comments?
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's good to see everybody up here. I hope you had as nice of a Memorial Day as I did. It was an honor and a privilege to speak at the American Legion wreath laying ceremony. I'm only thankful for the many who have given the ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to live our daily lives, protect our communities and our country. But very thankful the good Lord looked out for us and held off on the rain for that ceremony, and shortly afterwards. Later on that day, the Parks and Rec Department had what we have come finally to call as a retro pool day, and they had a great turnout there. And my understanding, I think we served over 800 hot dogs, if you can use that as an indicator of what kind of turnout that Kelly Cook and the Parks and Rec Department had on that one. So good deal, good job. It was a great day. Today, there's been some good news. I'd like to say thank you to Robbie Anderson and company for everything that they've been able to do to help move forward with our South Industrial Access Road and Bridge. Happy to report that the bid came back be just a little bit under $6 million. And I think everybody remembers $6 million will seem to be the magical number. That is county, city project on that one, along with a federal grant that we got to actually help bring those numbers down. So it was a great day just on that aspect alone. But I believe it was at 2 o'clock. Weren't you there, Mr. Shipley? And shortly after that, there was another opening, and it was about the South Industrial Access for the same project, and that came in for the James Hart Access Road, just a little over 1.3 million. And again, that's a county, city, state project, and there's been so many. Today was a great day for the city of Prattville when it comes to that. Recently, we're also given some great news. Dale Yandy and company have been working hard to with the sewer project for the industrial park. We'll serve the whole park there. So it's a lot of work's been going on, not only by this elected body up here, but by the department heads and so many other entities that have worked closely with them to make these projects come about. I have some more good news. So many various ways, but some of it might even do it as bad news. And I've stood here before a few times. I've got some good news and some bad news, and when I start talking about paving projects, because we do have several paving projects that are on the way to the city of Prattville. That's the good news. The bad news, we got several paving projects on the way to Prattville. But the engineering department will be finalizing the list later on this week and be turning it over, and then council, we should have this out to the street committee. Denise Brown, Council Brown, be ready. It's coming in your direction. But and if everything stays on schedule for paving, we'll have paving projects beginning in September. Also, the final plans for the repaving of MLK will be submitted in July and reviewed in August by AlDOT. But this project will be out to bid in September and led to construction in November. So with that, which is some of the paving projects we'll be looking at, and we have, moving on to the agenda there, the one for the Fairview, that is a great project. That was a needed project, and I have to say that didn't come about very easily. Robbie Anderson and company again is working on that to get it to a point, but it also took some funding. We had to be able to put the funding in a reserve account for us to build that up, and so I'd like to say thank you to Daniel Oakley for being able to make certain we can keep track of the financial numbers on that as well. Next Tuesday evening at 6:30, the Summer Creek Walk Concert Series will kick off with Cottonbird. Don't believe I've heard of that band before, but I understand that they're very, very well, so I hope I see everybody there. Come on down and enjoy the music from the Creek Walk. Also, softball is just around the corner at Matt Gray Park. We've had a summer-long event, or a winter-long event, previous summer, this last winter, trying to get Matt Gray Park up and operational. I want to thank this council for all their due diligence and funding on that one, and all the staffers that it's taken to get Matt Gray Park back into our grasp, so we can have some of these events, because quality of life is very, very important to us all here. But I understand that there will be possibly one team out there with some city staff. I'm not for certain that the name has been solidified on that one, but if anybody here is interested in being a part of that team, please reach out to us. Being as the Summer Adult Softball League registration is open today. Please check our city website and look forward to Facebook for more information. The Farmers Market at the Grove. Our little Grove area, we was a little bit undetermined where exactly our farmers market was going to be a few years ago, several years ago, after I almost lost it. And that's when the state came to us and said, if y'all want to continue the farmers market, city, you've got to take it over. It had been in several parking lots, which, as we all know, asphalt can get hot during this time of year. The Grove was sort of chosen, had a few that sort of had a few little frowns about it and all that other, but I'll tell you, it has turned out to be a great event. I was there last Saturday when it opened up, and we had some music in the background. We also had this one group from Auburn. They have a very long name. So if you want to find out exactly what it is, get on our city website, but it's actually, I call them the Auburn University Nutrition Team. And they had 2 different recipes out there. They prepared them, they had them to serve, and also a printed copy of that. And so it was not only was the food great, the company was great, and the food, all the vegetables and farm animal items were very nicely presented, and just a great event inside the Grove there. So, Mr. President, that's the end of my report. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Any questions, the Mayor?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This time we'll move into our report from the council on their special committees. Councilor Brown?
No, sir.
Councilor Stritchett?
No, sir.
Councilor Boone?
No, sir.
It's been a long-standing tradition of this council to recognize Boy Scouts in the audience that are in uniform. We have several this evening. This time I would ask that you stand and give us your name and the rank or merit badge that you're working on.
I'm Robert Humphrey, and we're all working on our citizenship and the community merit badge.
My name's Sam Cooper, and I'm working on my Eagle.
My name is Carter Stockman, and I'm working on my Eagle.
My name is Tyler DeCraft, and I'm working on my Life Scout.
My name is Lee Youngwood, and I'm working on my Life Scout.
My name is Alex Pierce, and I'm working on my Eagle Scout.
My name is Trey Robinson, I'm working on my Eagle Scout.
I'm Jake Johnson, and I'm working on my Life Scout.
Thank you very much. Tonight, we will have 2 motions from the floor to reconsider. Tuesday evening, May the 1st, 2 ordinances were introduced and held. During the next 2 weeks, technical changes were made to the ordinances. Tuesday evening, May the 15th, we approved the original ordinances instead of the revised ordinances. This error was discovered as we recessed for an executive session. Prior to recessing, I had reported to the public that we would not conduct any business upon our return, and we did not. This evening, we have an opportunity to correct that situation. This motion will involve several steps. At this time, the chair recognizes Councilor Brown.
Mr. President, Tuesday, May 15, 2018, I voted with a majority in passing ordinance number 1. I move to reconsider this ordinance.
Councilors, we have a timely motion to reconsider ordinance number 1 passed on May the 15th, 2018. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of the motion to reconsider signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The motion to reconsider is passed and is properly before us. Councilor Brown, the floor is yours.
Mr. President, I offer this substitute ordinance to establish stormwater illicit discharge detection and elimination procedures in compliance with the City of Prattville's National Pollutant Discharge Elimination Systems permit. So moved, Mr. President.
We have a motion to accept the substitute ordinance. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Councilors, in order to move this ordinance forward this evening, the rules will have to be suspended. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move we suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor of suspending the rules signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The rules have been suspended. The motion is passed. We are now back to the motion to adopt the substitute ordinance. Is there any discussion? All in favor of adopting this substitute ordinance signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The substitute ordinance is adopted. Ms. Boone, the floor is yours.
Mr. President, Tuesday, May 15, 2018, I voted with the majority in passing ordinance number 2. I move to reconsider this ordinance.
Councilors, we have a timely motion to reconsider ordinance number 1 passed on May 15th. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of this motion to reconsider signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The motion to reconsider is passed and is properly before us. Councilor Boone, excuse me. Councilor Boone.
Mr. President, I offer the substitute ordinance to establish post-constructive stormwater management procedures in compliance with the City of Prattville's National Pollutant Discharge Elimination Systems. So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Councilors, in order to move this ordinance forward this evening, the rules will have to be suspended. What is the pleasure of the council?
We need to suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor of suspending the rules signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The rules have been suspended. We are now back to the motion to adopt the substitute ordinance. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of adopting the substitute ordinance signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The ordinance is adopted. We will now move to our consent agenda. This evening we have an opportunity to create a consent agenda and place 3 items on it. Resolution number 1 to authorize the mayor to have various weeded lots abated per Title 11, Chapter 67 of the Code of Alabama, 1975 as amended. Resolution number 2 to declare various weeded lots to be a public nuisance. Order their abatement and set a public hearing for Title 11, Chapter 67 of the Code of Alabama, 1975 as amended. Resolution number 3 to support Project Leaf. Chair will entertain a motion to place these items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion to place these items on the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of placing these items on the consent agenda signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The consent agenda is now properly before us. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion to adopt the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of adopting the consent agenda, please signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by like sign. The consent agenda is adopted. We will now move into our regular agenda. Resolution number 1, to authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with Sane Associates Incorporated to provide planning and engineering services for a transportation planning study for Fairview Avenue from US 31 to Jasmine Trail at a cost not to exceed $55,364. Net cost to the city not to exceed $11,073. Councilor Brown, will you introduce this resolution?
Yes, sir. Whereas the city has identified a need for additional turn lanes on Fairview Avenue between US Highway 31 and Jasmine Trail. And whereas in Resolution Book 2016A, page 217, adopted on December 6, 2016, the city entered into an agreement with the state of Alabama acting by and through the Alabama Department of Transportation for preliminary engineering services for said project. And whereas ALDOT has advised that the city undertake a planning study to determine how the proposed improvements to Fairview Avenue will impact the right-of-way, existing utilities, traffic control needs, etc. And whereas Sane Associates Incorporated has the ability to provide planning and engineering services for said planning study for Fairview Avenue at a cost not to exceed $55,364, net cost to the city not to exceed $11,073. And whereas Section 41-16-51A3 Code of Alabama 1975 as amended allows contracts to secure services with engineers possessing a high degree of professional skill to be let without competitive bidding. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Prattville hereby authorizes the mayor to enter into said agreement with Sane Associates Incorporated for planning and engineering services at a cost not to exceed $55,364, net cost to the city not to exceed $11,073. And funds are approved and appropriated from fiscal year 2018 Capital Projects Fund Fairview Avenue intersection improvements. Be it further resolved that the mayor is authorized to execute any and all documents necessary to have this work performed for and on behalf of the city of Prattville. So moved, Mr. President.
We have a motion to adopt. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion concerning this resolution? All those in favor of its adoption signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by like sign. This resolution is adopted. Resolution number 2, to amend the FY 2018 budget and to award bid number 018-009 to Amity Construction Incorporated for the City Hall renovations Phase 2 project at a cost of $109,000. Councilor Stritchett, will you introduce this resolution?
Yes, sir. Whereas the City of Prattville has identified the need to renovate City Hall due to the relocation of apartments, and whereas Phase 2 of said renovation project shall include the Finance Department and the lobby of the Executive Department, and whereas specifications were drafted for said project, and whereas 4 sealed bids were received, opened and read on May 31st, 2018 at 10 a.m., and Amity Construction Incorporated was the lowest responsible bidder with a cost of $109,000. Now therefore be resolved that the City of Prattville hereby amends fiscal year 2018 budget as follows. Increase facilities maintenance and capital outlay $30,000. Decrease finance and salaries and wages $12,100. Decrease finance FICA $1,000. Decrease finance retirement $900. Decrease general fund reserve $16,000. Be it further resolved that bid number 018-009 is hereby awarded to Amity Construction Incorporated at a cost of $109,000 for the City Hall renovation Phase 2, and said funds are approved and appropriated in fiscal year 2018 budget line item facilities maintenance capital outlay. So moved, Mr. President.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion concerning this resolution? All those in favor of its adoption signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by like sign. This resolution is adopted. Resolution number 3, to release funds to Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation for recovered stolen equipment for the Parks and Recreation Department in an amount of $13,955.10. Councilor Boone, will you introduce this resolution?
Yes, sir. Whereas on May 31st, 2017, a claim was filed with the Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation for equipment stolen from the Whetstone Sports Complex on May 15th, 2017, including 1 Kubota Bobcat and 1 Lone Wolf trailer. And whereas settled claim number 047096 for the Kubota Bobcat on June 20th, 2017, with a payout of $11,225. And whereas Amex settled claim number 047097 for the Lone Wolf trailer on June 20th, 2017, with a payout of $2,730.10. And whereas the equipment was recovered by the Coffee County Sheriff's Department in May 2018, and the city has taken possession of the Kubota Bobcat and the Lone Wolf trailer, and whereas the city needs to reimburse Amex a total of $13,955.10 for the payout of recovered items. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Prattville that funds in the amount of $13,955.10 are hereby authorized and approved to be paid to Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation, and said funds are approved and appropriated from the fiscal year 2018 budget, line item Parks and Recreation/capital outlays. So moved, Mr. President.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion concerning this resolution? All those in favor of its adoption signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by like sign. This resolution is adopted. Item number 4 is an ordinance to amend the city's $17 million general obligation warrant series 2018-CWSRF-DL. Councilor Stritchett, can you introduce this ordinance?
Yes, sir. To amend the City of Prattville's $17 million general obligation warrant series 2018-CWSRF-DL. So moved, Mr. President.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. In order to move this legislation forward this evening, require a suspension of the rules. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move to suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor of suspending the rules signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by like sign. The rules are suspended. The ordinance is now properly before us. Is there any discussion concerning this ordinance? All those in favor of its adoption signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by a like sign. The ordinance is adopted. This concludes our agenda for this evening. This time, council will entertain comments from persons present. Yes, ma'am.
John Lee Finnegan, 211 Deer Trace. I've been before you before requesting that some type of system be set up on the phone so that, or with email, I should say, not the phone, the email, so that we know when an individual in the department is gone. I sent an email to Alyssa in planning, and I stopped by there Monday and just found out that she's gone for a week. So anything that would just say, you know, out of the office. My travel agent uses that all the time when she's going someplace, you know, out of the office, contact so-and-so. Because otherwise residents think, oh, we're being ignored. You know, and it'd be just something very simple to do that. And I think it's not too hard to set up. But it emails, so an automatic response. In fact, I request a lot of public documents, and I get an instant reply. My request has been received, so that's something that I think is very important. Hold on, I had one more. Had to think. Can't remember. Sorry. That's it, though. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Finnegan.
Can't remember.
Anyone else like to address the council? This time, we'll move into closing comments. Mr. Mayor? Councilor Brown?
Yes, sir.
Councilor Stritchett?
Yeah, I just hope everyone's candidate does well tonight, whoever you voted for. I hope you went out and voted today and exercise your right to vote. And hope to see everybody next Tuesday at the Creek for our first concert.
Thank you. Councilor Boone?
No, sir.
Thank you. I too express appreciation to all of you being here this evening and to the city staff for all their efforts that continue to make Prattville a great place to live. Our next council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June the 19th, 2018. This time the chair will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed by like sign. We are adjourned.